For the last few years, the rubber foam trend has been taking over. There are so many different types of versions of rubber foam, shawls, mules, slides, everything released by so many different brands, and Adidas is no exception to that. Today's video, we have the Adifom Superstar boot. We have previously seen, and I have done a video on it before, the Adifom Superstar mule, but this is basically the boot version of that. However, the boot version is giving something a little bit different. Boxing wise, these come in a huge box, your standard blue and white box. But just look at the size of this box. You know that these boots are gonna be big. So here we have the Adidas Adifom Superstar boot. They are absolutely huge. I went for the color black. There was actually a few different colors. There was a khaki, gray, and pink. The pink looked so cute, but I thought, you know what? If I'm gonna pick something as, you know, unique as this up, let's go in with a subtle color first of all to try it out. On first glance, obviously they are very chunky, but I was quite surprised at how light they are. In terms of materials of this boot, they are made up of a synthetic upper and a synthetic outsole. These shoes are made up with natural and renewable materials as part of Adidas' journey to help end plastic waste. I feel like a lot of brands these days are doing exactly the same thing. If you take Nike, for example, most of the shoes that they release now are at least 50% made out of recycled material. To be honest with you, I'm quite happy with the quality of the material. I would never guess that they have used renewable materials in here. So let's get into the design of the boot, because that is where it is at. If we take a look towards the heel part here, you can see that we do have the Adidas logo. That is only on the outer side. We don't have it on the inner side. In terms of this part here, is actually quite simple, nothing too crazy. We have this nice feature of lining going around, which I do really like. But then if we move towards the front of the boot, this is where you will see this famous Adidas Superstar shell toe. This is really, for me, the only kind of major features that resembles, you know, the normal Adidas Superstar is definitely the shell toe design. Other than that, I feel like it could just be a normal kind of Adidas boot. If we take a look inside the boot, we just have the black synthetic, and we also have a black insole to match. The insole in these, as you can see, is really, really thick, so it's definitely going to give you that extra cushioning. Then if we take a look towards the sole, you will see that this does have a semi-raised platform sole, so this really is going to add on some height. On the outsole, we do have a lot of traction, which I think is necessary for any kind of boot really, but obviously because this is a kind of chunky boot, I feel like it is very exaggerated. I'm actually very surprised at how much I loved these when I put them on foot. These are super, super comfortable. That thick cushioning, I can really feel. They feel absolutely amazing on foot. I was kind of worried about how these would feel because obviously they are so chunky. They don't really feel big in terms of kind of the width of them, but they do feel like I am on a platform. I do feel like, you know, I can feel that extra height. I think the most important thing for me was that they didn't feel like bricks, like I'm carrying bricks on my feet. They do feel very, very lightweight. But however, we do have to draw up on the fact that it does have a lot of similarities, or it's drawing inspiration from certain brands. You cannot help notice the similarities. Crocs have also released a very, very similar boot to this, which is called the Crocs Crush boot. Especially in the black, they look very, very similar. So brands are definitely jumping on this kind of Bottega boot, which kind of brings me onto the price point, because these are not going to be giving any Bottega prices. These came in at £80, $100, which I feel like is quite fair for a boot, especially a kind of, you know, fashiony boot, as well as this being something that you can wear for aesthetically, which I think most people will buy it for. It actually does serve as a purpose as kind of like a welly. It has all the features of that to be waterproof. If you want to utilize it for that kind of shoe, this will definitely serve the purpose. So I feel like you're getting a 2-in-1. You're getting an aesthetic vibe, and you are also getting a practical boot. If you're watching this and you live in the UK or anywhere else that rains a lot, here it rains about 80% of the time, you can definitely utilize these. I'm actually really surprised at how much I enjoyed these boots. I've always been a fan of the Bottega boots, but that price tag is, you know, a bit mad. Now that I've tried this on, I'm definitely going to be having a look at the other colorways, because I like the black, but the other colorways are looking insane as well. In terms of sizing, I went normal true to size. For Adidas, I usually go up a 0.5 sizes. However, these didn't have a 0.5 option. So I went for my normal size, which was a size 7, and they do actually fit perfectly. I was as well surprised at how comfortable they are. They are so light on the feet, and they are very, very cushiony. Now, at the moment, they only go up to a size UK 10, and they only do a few colorways. However, I think in the future, there may be more colorways coming out, and they may be more inclusive of sizing. Let me know what you guys think of today's pickup. Would you rock these? Thank you guys so much for watching today's video, and I hope you guys have a blessed week.